So, Culmina Crater serves as the ultimate test for the player's ability to control Mario, and like with the rest of the game, there's various ways to get to the finish line. As soon as you begin, you'll see a UFO that can give you a life upgrade if you kill it. In my opinion, it's better to just skip ahead, since there's going to be another opportunity to upgrade your total health down the road. Now, the pillars in the lava area is a fairly straightforward section, and in my opinion, it's the easiest part of the gauntlet. Since you just have to only lower yourself when you reach the swinging bars, all you can do is just make your way forward, and you can use Cappy to your advantage. In the final section, just use the hat trick to boost yourself forward. The rolling lava pillars are also just as simple. Just use Bowser's little face on the logo to give yourself a point of reference as you're hopping across. There's various ways of doing this, but in my opinion, again, the hat trick is invaluable since you'll spend a lot of time in the air. So, this part is the lava bubbles, and in my opinion, this is probably the hardest part. We went from the easiest part to the hardest part, all in one go. And yeah, just like with the entire thing, like the last checkpoint was at the beginning of the video that you're watching right now. So if you screw this up, you're sent all the way back to the beginning. It's hardest mostly because I personally don't like the controls of the lava bubble. Basically, what you need to do is that you need to hold down the dash button to give yourself a bit of a buffer so that you swim your way forward, and then you should be able to generate enough momentum to jump across. Yeah, playing as the Onion's a lot of fun. I really love this section. Not really much that needs to be said. It's very tricky the first time around, and like, you know, disclosure, everything in this is very tricky the first time around, but you know, once you get the patterns down, you can actually do this entire section without any trouble. There's also a heart that you could have accessed before leaving the lava bubble form. If you just swim around little islands that we're on right now, there should be a heart that you can reach. Otherwise, just hurry on ahead, and we'll go to the tunnel. This tunnel has freezing water in it, and it's very intimidating at first. It's really meant to trip you up and kind of put the pressure on you, but it's actually a non-issue if you can do the long hat trick, as you'll see here. And if you're lucky and you're able to maintain enough time, you can even catch the water as it's on the downflow. It's quite nice. And here's our buddy Yoshi. It's very simple. Switch sides from right to left. And after this, oh yeah, I actually screwed up this part. I was switching music at the time. This is not live commentary, just so you know. Yeah, just kind of stay on the left side the entire time. You'll get across scot-free. Very simple part of the game. And like, this is where you can kind of take a breather for yourself. The attempts that I took for this entire challenge, I think I must have tried like dozens of times, because I don't even consider myself a very good Mario player, but it's fairly simple once you kind of practice and try different techniques over and over again, not making the same mistakes. So for this section, try to avoid the temptation of hitting the lava rings. Instead, triple jump up these stairs, since like it's not like you're going to spring forward into the lava below. That's kind of meant to trick you, I suppose. And make your way to the Sphinx. She's gonna ask you which kingdom she has not appeared in yet, and you answer Mushroom Kingdom. You answer the Mushroom Kingdom because she is... it's really funny, actually. I was really unsure because I have like a terrible memory with all the many details in this game. But I just kind of guessed Mushroom Kingdom because she just seems very out of place in that one. Okay, this part, it's very annoying, but once you do it the first time, it's easy. Like, you're never gonna fail it ever again. The rings are meant to sort of serve as sort of beacons of where it's supposed to go. But yeah, just follow this pattern that I'm doing here using wall jumps. You don't have Cappy with you anymore. And then get onto these two rings and then prepare for the backflip. Because the way that the game works is that you're still technically considered in a 3D space, despite the fact that you're side-scrolling. So if you get the angle wrong, the game's gonna be like, oh, you're hitting the corner, now we're not gonna let you climb, and that's probably gonna send you off, and you're gonna fall into the lava, and that won't be pleasant. Now, this part's nice. Very simple, and a lot of fun. If you have a Joy-Con, or you're using motion controls, this is actually sort of an easier way of getting across the section that you see in front of you right now. Very straightforward, but if you have the Pro Controller, just turn to a fork. You know how it is. But yeah, fairly straightforward. You get yourself a lot of airtime if you shake the Joy-Cons while you're approaching a gust of wind. Quite nice. So this is actually my personal favorite one because this is like the most sadistic section of what's supposed to be the ultimate challenge of Mario Odyssey. This is, oh boy. So, The general rule of thumb for this section is do not ever, under any circumstances, hit the ring. Like, it's okay if you do, but that just means that your life's gonna be that much harder, but just try your best to sort of just focus on one section of where these spiny guys are, and then kind of spam the hat once you know you're safe. It's very tricky because once you hit the rings, you're going to trigger a chain reaction that's going to cover the entire area, and that's not what you want. That is far from what you want. Theoretically, you could also jump up on these platforms, I believe, and then you're kind of safe from risking hitting the lava ring. And if you have the guts, or if you have the guts and the technical know-how, you can just long jump and skip this part, like I sort of tried to do here. Okay, this part is tricky. It's very intimidating the first time around, but it's more of a trial and error thing. When you do this, try to like get into the middle, or as close to the middle of Bowser's face as you can. Like, yeah, okay, so this is perfect for me. Fling your way upward. Now for this part, just don't bother trying to get the swinging ones on the rebound. Just immediately start climbing, because you will be able to catch the side. You're not gonna bounce off. It's not made out of metal or anything like that. It's very tricky and very sadistic on Nintendo's part for, you know, making that a thing, because if you fall off again, sent back to the very beginning. So it is round 2 with my boy DK. This part's not that bad. The only problem though is that you're gonna be stopping a lot, meaning that the controls are going to change. So you see there, I actually got confused, thinking to myself, wait a minute, so left or right means forward, right? But then it turns out, no, not right, up. They really changed up the controls, and yeah, you kind of have to like constantly be like recalibrating in your head how to do this. But yeah, you have to get all of the boxes here, and you're gonna send DK plummeting, and you're free to go to the next section. I believe it's the penultimate section of the game. And yeah, you get a little bit of that Super Mario 64 nostalgia, where I fail to go into the portrait. You jump in there, and it's time to play as Bowser. Like, my favorite part from the single player mode. I'm pretty sure it's like everyone's favorite part of the single player mode. This part's great. So, when you're Bowser, you just barrel forward and break everything in your path. There's going to be things that can damage you, but you kind of have to break them first before they hurt you. It's a little bit tricky, but like, there's going to be a side-scrolling part of the level that I actually do sloppily on. But even then, this game, they give you the free 6 health. Like, they give you the full heal and the 6 health easily, so yeah, you don't have to worry about that too much. I'm actually curious if there's like a way to prevent these balls from rolling after you, but after a while I was just like, ah, screw it, we're just gonna barrel forward and not care anymore. And then I made it to the end with 2 health. So yeah, just if you could see it's breakable, just don't even think about it. Just destroy everything in your path, because you're Bowser, baby. You're Bowser. And you jump down and miss all the coins like I do. That's how all the pros do it. That's how you get into the big leagues, you guys. And you're finally at the end, and you get a special message from the creators of this fantastic game. I'm so happy with how Odyssey turned out. Like, it was not what I expected at all, but I mean it in the best way possible. The reason being that, like, when I first beat this game, it took 6 hours to beat Mario Odyssey single player mode, and it felt so strange to beat a game watching the credits and then realize that this game is just beginning, because that's what Mario Odyssey is all about. Mario Odyssey is an odyssey, you see. It's a journey. It's never been about the destination, and even if this is the destination, everything that we've learned how to control Mario up to this point, like, it just culminates into this. That's why it's called Culmina Crater. The culmination of your experiences, learning how to use all these new, interesting mechanics. And it's great to see that the developers really went overboard with the creative levels. It's so nice, and this definitely does stand out as a unique experience from any video game. And I say that as a guy that has not played 3D Mario games. Like, I played some of 64 and a bit of Sunshine. Like, I played more Sunshine than 64. But this game, it definitely stands head and shoulders over those games, and I'm happy for it. Anyways, this is basically the end. All you have to do is just leave frog form. I didn't want to leave frog behind. I just wanted to stay here forever. And we just climb our way up. To reach this area, you need to have 500 stars, and you will unlock the darker side of the moon. I'm hoping to continue make Mario Odyssey videos in the future, as long as I can find more ideas for it. And I look forward to playing the hell out of this game come Christmas. So, guys, thanks for watching this eagerly thrown together guide slash commentary of Culmina Crater, the ultimate challenge of Super Mario Odyssey. See you next time.